Good morning. I you guys know that when I learn something or discover something new, I like to come and share it. Um, Sometimes it's a little premature, but sometimes it's right on time. So I'm gonna assume that this. I'm not gonna assume. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna believe that this video is right on time for somebody in their season. So menopause. If you're not dealing with it, just hold on. Well, if you're a woman, because if you're a man, you ain't gonna never have to deal with it. But women, ladies, if you have not dealt with it, then you can save this for a later time. If you've already gone through it, maybe you can share it with somebody else. But anyways, so I am like almost post menopause. I'm still processing it all, so I might babble a little bit. So just pull from what I say what you need, and then what you don't need, just do something else with it. So I don't know. So my son and I were doing this body fat, lose body fat challenge, and I am competitive. So when we went to go find out what our body fat percentage was, my body fat percentage was like 44%. I'm 46. So my body fat percentage was almost as much as my age. And I was like, no, no, ma'am, that is not going to happen. So my son and I, we decided we were going to start working out and doing all this stuff. So we had been checking in, every 2 weeks or whatever. And so like last week, I went to go check in and my weight went up, my body fat percentage went up. And last week would have been, if I were still having my cycles, last week would have been when I had my cycle, because my mood was definitely off. I did feel just my hot flashes. I was having more hot flashes than normal. So I was having like all the symptoms, but not the full shebang with the cycle and stuff. So I was like, I'm not going to cry, because I got on the scale and it analyzed my body and I saw my numbers. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. But inside I was totally crying, because I was so sad and disappointed, because I had been busting my tail at the gym. I had cleaned up my food. I stopped eating Bojangles French fries, and I gained weight. I'm like, if I'm going to gain weight, I'm at least eat me some French fries while I'm gaining weight, because it just didn't make sense. So I was asking my friend, who is very knowledgeable and just, in this industry. And I said, do you think menopause has something to do with my body fat and all this stuff? He was like, oh, definitely. And so I was like, okay, it's on and popping now, because I'm not going to let menopause take me out. I'm not going to do that. Even though you can't physically see menopause, I'm like, menopause, you done met the wrong one today, because it's on and popping. So I went home. I was really, really sad. I actually wanted to go eat French fries, because I was so, it's so backwards. You gain weight, you get sad, and you go eat something that's going to make you gain more weight. That's just cycle. So I didn't go eat no French fries. I wanted to so bad, but I'm like, no, I'm going to make different choices. I'm going to have to do things differently. And so what I had discovered is the stuff that I had been doing prior to menopause, it just wasn't working anymore. There was a time where I could go and work out really, really hard and turn around and go to Bojangles and get a biscuit and some fries, and I'm cool. Like my weight nothing would move around. So I Googled the topic, and I found this lady. Don't remember her name. I should have made a note, but this was really impromptu, so I'll put it in the comments or whatever. And she was just talking about how when women go through menopause, some women that have never struggled with their weight at all, once they go in menopause, the weight just starts to get shifted. Like the fat, like moves to their stomach, to their arms, like and that's just where it kind of sits and just hangs out. And I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense, because now I see more fat around my stomach. I still feel strong, but it's like loose and jiggly, like Jello. I got a Jello belly, with abs underneath, but it's Jello on the top. You remember back in the day, I don't know if y'all did it, but when I was growing up, my mom would make like this Jello snack, and she would put fruit cocktail in the can inside the Jello so we get our fruit. So that you would see the Jello at the top, and then in it you would see little spots of, but that's kind of, anyways. So it all made sense. So she was just talking about, eating really, really clean, and just increasing protein. And so I'm plant-based. Well, I won't say I'm plant-based. I eat fish and I eat eggs. And so I knew I wasn't consuming enough protein. So what am I saying? I've been babbling. If you are in menopause, if you are going into menopause and you're trying to reach any type of goal with your weight, and you're finding that it's really, really challenging, try to shift to doing more lean meats and then fruits and veggies. Like, kind of keep it really, really basic. So every time that you eat, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and then your snacks, try to make sure that you're consuming your protein, not fried, a lean protein, and then a fruit or lean protein and a veggie. Preferably the veggies and the fruits that are higher in fiber, so fruits with skin on them, to kind of help keep your digestive system working properly. And I've been doing that, specifically targeting my food, because my workouts have been about the same, but I'm noticing just slight differences just within a matter of like a week or so. So today makes 1 week, and I've already noticed some differences. So what I'm saying is, I say all that, I'm 7 minutes into this video, I say all that to say that there is hope. Don't think that you're in menopause and this is just the end, and any type of weight loss goals or physical goals that you once had, that you're never going to be able to accomplish them, because you look around and you see that, weight gain happens to everybody, all women, when they go through it. It don't have to happen to you. It ain't gonna happen to me. And so I think I from what I've been reading and processing, I'm like, there's a way. We just have to rethink and reprogram and do things differently. Like this morning, I went to the gym and I ate, this is what I ate for breakfast. I had this one bar. This is a plant-based bar. I had this, and then I had 2 bags of pistachios for breakfast, right? And it ended up being like 18 grams of protein after I ate. And then I'm gonna drink this water, right? That's my breakfast, because I'm out and about, I'm running errands and stuff. But I have to be mindful of how much protein I'm consuming, so I can build the muscle. And it's just a lot. I'm still figuring it out, but this is a little snippet of what I got so far, and I wanted to share it because I don't want to wait until I got like a before and after, because I don't know how long that's going to take. But today I feel better. I see that my body is responding a lot better to the changes that I'm making with my food. And I just want to share it, because I know that I am not the only woman out here trying to figure out what menopause is doing to my body. I know I'm not. So the takeaway is, make sure you're eating your protein, your lean proteins, having some form of protein coming in, a lot of protein, and then fruits and veggies. If you can, I'm staying away from the carbs. They like me a lot. Like this bump. Can you see that bump on my forehead? This little bump right here. I said to this bump, I said, why are you here? And it was like, because I like you. And I'm like, I don't want you in my life, but it's here. But anyways, so when I eat complex carbs, rice, pastas, French fries, anything that's white, it just hugs me. And it's like, oh, I love you, Rocky. I don't want to let you go. It had to let me go. So we getting a separation. I'm going to do the paperwork today. And we're going to get a separation. All right, so that was it. It's like 10 minutes. I'm going to go, y'all. So just make sure protein, fruits, and veggies, leave them carbs alone. All that junk food and stuff, just leave it alone. You don't, if you in menopause or going through menopause, you done spent about 30, 40 years eating crap, right? So let's eat good for the rest of it. It's going to benefit us in the long run. All right. Bye, y'all.